Hello, my festive friends. I hope you had a lovely Christmas or whichever holiday season you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate any, I hope you've just had a nice break. For the many of you who haven't been able to have a break because you work in jobs that don't allow that, I hope you've had a little bit of respite, or you will be getting some maybe at some point soon. But for all of us who are lucky enough to have had a Christmas holiday, I've been one of those people. I've been having a nice time. I have worked my butt off in the kitchen. So kind of New Year's week, this week coming, is going to be my chill week. I don't have loads of plans for things. I've got loads of leftovers. I've got a freezer stuffed full of yummy food, including, I just have to say this, I made my first ever proper Italian-American meatballs and weekday sauce, which it's because we've been watching The Sopranos, and I was like, they always look so good. I've never really had good meatballs in the UK. I'm sure there's places that do it, but I've certainly never made them. So I found a recipe from I think it's called Not Another Cooking Show. He called them his advanced meatballs. He said he's been working on them for years, and they were incredible. So I've got some of those in the freezer. I've got some Christmas stuff in the freezer. I'm about to make like a parsnip and ginger soup at some point today, but in the pressure cooker. I made pulled pork in the pressure cooker. Oh my god, it was so quick. Anyway, I've been talking for ages and I'm not talking about perfume. So let's start. Before I tell you what I wore last week, I thought I would tell you what I got for Christmas. I didn't really ask for much this Christmas, to be honest. There was one thing that I asked my husband for, which is one of those things that it was never cheap enough for me to feel like it was worth me buying it for myself. So it was like a classic, would you mind paying almost full price for this thing that I definitely wouldn't be buying otherwise? And then there's a couple of things I bought for myself, but generally speaking, it wasn't really a very present-heavy year apart from stuff I bought for myself. So my husband bought me this at my request. This is Tocca Giulietta, and this is the Olio Sublime Parfumo, so it's the oil. And what I love about these, because I have Stella in this oil, and I have a mini, I should say. What's it called? A sample of this oil. And the Giulietta oil is so good. It's even nicer than the perfume. I have the perfume, but this is the oil. And I love that it comes in a sprayer. Like, I love that this is a very thin oil that you can spray out. And what I realised with the Stella, the oil underneath the perfume is like the perfect combination. I think the Giulietta and the Stella both kind of smell even more beautiful in the oil versions. The Cleopatra one doesn't smell as good as the perfume in the oil version for some reason. But yeah, and I don't like Florence anyway. It's a bit too buttery for me. But that's the little discovery set I got. You can actually get those from Amazon, which is where I got mine ages ago. So I'll link that up. But I could never find Giulietta for cheap. I got Stella body oil for... I think I got that from Amazon ages ago as well, and that was like a really, really good price. I think I got it for about 30 quid in like some kind of massive sale. I've never been able to find Giulietta for cheap though, so my husband bought this for me from Harvey Nicks. And yeah, it's just beautiful. So let me just tell you about it real quick. This has Granny Smith apple, ylang ylang and pink tulip in the top. I mean, you know, I'm really fussy about green apple, but there's something really wonderful about Giulietta, and it's like a wedding and special occasion perfume for me for some reason. There's just something about it that feels like a wedding. Mid notes of lilac, lily of the valley, iris, orchid and rose. Base notes musk, heliotrope, sandalwood, amber and Virginia cedar. So I have the eau de parfum as well. This one's going to join my Stella, and it's just a lovely combination. So yeah, like I said, I never would have bought that for myself because I think it's maybe about 60 something quid. And I'm not paying 60 quid for a body oil, especially when I already have the perfume. But if my beautiful husband would buy it for me, thank you very much. I wanted it, so I've got that. And then I bought for myself. Now, I warn you in advance, don't get excited about this because I was very excited, and also it's very affordable, but it's not what I was hoping for. So this is a 200ml bottle of a cologne from Cafe Erol, which is a chocolate company, called Loukoum. So this is a Turkish delight eau de cologne, 200 mLs of it. There weren't any notes listed. It said something like smell like your favourite treat. They have a few different colognes. This is a splash bottle, so it just comes like this. This gold lid comes off, and then there's a black screw top underneath. The thing is, I hadn't even considered the fact that this might not be a rose Turkish delight. And it's definitely not a rose Turkish delight. It's sweet. It's kind of almondy, maybe slightly citrusy. But because there's no rose in it, this is just not what I was expecting at all. Now, this cost me, I think, £19, including postage. They've got a shop in London. I think it might be in Knightsbridge or somewhere like that. But yeah, so it was super cheap for what this is. But it's just not at all what I was hoping for. Whether or not this smells like non-rosy Loukoum, I can't really say, because it just, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of sweet and slightly fruity cologne. It's perfectly pretty, but it's not. It's just, yeah. So that was a blind buy that I bought that I was like, it's all right. Am I ever going to wear it? Don't know. I've tried it on my skin. It smells perfectly nice, but this is probably something I'll try out. I'll decant some of it into a spray bottle and I'll try some of it in summer, because obviously cologne sprays are great in summer and you never know, I might love it then. But in winter, without the rose, a bit of a bummer. I mean, I definitely could try this with a rose perfume. Funnily enough, like, I realised that I still had the Kim Kardashian Fleur Fatale, which is kind of rose and peony. That's the only rose perfume that's kind of stayed around, that's just rose. So maybe I could try it with a rose and see whether it gets me where I want to go. But for now, this is just going to go in my stash and I'll come back to it when it's warm weather. So yeah, I don't know why. I just was like, and actually it's a bit of a missed opportunity, because it would be fantastic if this actually smelled like rose, like a rose Turkish delight. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cute, isn't it? It's pretty spiffy. But yeah, that's 200ml of something that I'm not really sure about. So so I bought myself that one because that was a bargain. I also bought myself this from eBay. This is Pineapple Grunt. This is just a pen spray. This is a Lush perfume. And this is one of the ones that came in a what are they called? The subscription boxes, which I don't subscribe to, because the only thing I'm really interested from those boxes in really are the perfumes, or shower gels, but there's so many bath products in them, or soaps, that I'm like, I just don't need to spend that kind of money. But yeah, Pineapple Grunt I was just interested in. This is pineapple and vetiver. And I'm trying to work out whether the vetiver in this is too much for me. It has a very sweet pineapple-y note that smells a little bit like... Oh, I'm trying to think what it smells like. Like those little sweets, like those cubed pineapple sweets. Very, very sugary sweet. So, Pineapple Grunt. Let's see if I can find anything about this, because it's obviously not on Fragrantica. Fragrantica just won't put on Lush things for so long, and sometimes just never. I don't know. So I found this. This is a 10ml. I found this on the Lush website with the kitchen subscription box. Pineapple Grunt. Do you like pina coladas? Tropical perfume. So it says it has perfume, styrax, vetiver, some kind of liquid amber. Yeah, so it doesn't really say much, but it smells very pineapple-y. I really like the pineapple feel. I can kind of see a slightly coconut water feel in this as well. You can actually see it's so sugary sweet. There's like a kind of residue. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, so I don't know, I kind of really like it, but at the same time, vetiver is sometimes a bit of an ish for me. But anyway, I got that for like, I don't know, about £5 or something on eBay, so I really wanted to try it, so that's one that I got. And then lastly, I'll just show this quick because I did wear my small bottle of this. I had decided, because I saw this big bottle of partial bottle on eBay. I mean, I'm not allowed to sell partial bottles on eBay. They keep taking them off, but some people seem to get away with it. I don't know how. I don't know. Maybe it's only with Buy It Now. Maybe I saw it really quickly and I just snapped it up. But anyway, so it's a tester bottle, but that doesn't matter because I have this little 30ml, and the 30ml caps still fit on the 100ml. So anyway, this is just over 50ml, I reckon, left in this bottle, and I got it for 25 quid. This is Mon Guerlain Eau de Toilette. As I said, I have, and I wore this week, the Eau de Toilette 30ml that I have, because I was like, I've been kind of not using too much of this, knowing that it's discontinued, and that buying a new bottle of it, they're like super expensive. But then I saw someone selling this for 25, and I was like, 50ml of this is perfect for me. And I like, this is a tester, so it actually says Mon Guerlain Eau de Toilette on it. I really like that. I have a few of these big testers as backup bottles now of the Mon Guerlain range, because I'm always scared they're just going to stop making the ones that I like. So anyway, I got this from eBay. That was another little present to myself, a little 25 quid Christmas present. So I'll put that back to the side, and we can talk about this guy. So let's just put that one over here, because I wore 2 of my Mon Guerlains this week. I love them, obviously. This is the Eau de Toilette, and it has this lovely kind of caramelly colour to it. You'll see the difference, because I also wore, oh God, the OG, the original. I won the original Mon Guerlain this week. Just for now, let's put those together so you can see the difference in the colour, hopefully. Let me just get the reflection off. So this has a slightly pinker quality, and this one is a little bit more caramelly yellow. And that actually has caramel in it. That's probably why. So let's look at the notes for these 2 bad boys. If I start with the original Mon Guerlain, the Eau de Parfum, with the kind of slightly mattified gold around the lid. Mon Guerlain EDP has top notes of lavender and bergamot, mid notes of iris, jasmine, sambac and rose, base notes Tahitian vanilla, coumarin, Australian sandalwood, benzoin, licorice and patchouli. Heaven, creamy, aromatic, tonka vanilla, delicious, cosy. I love the licorice and I love the lavender, and I can smell both of those things. I love it. So that's the EDP, and then this little baby EDT. I can tell that they're the same perfume, but they do have a bit of a difference. I do think you can notice the difference here. I don't think you could mix these 2 up. So the EDT is lavender, mandarin, orange and bergamot, middle notes of jasmine, sambac, orange blossom, ylang ylang, base notes Tahitian vanilla, caramel, orris, benzoin and violet. There's something about this having the violet with definitely way more citrus that gives it a kind of tangy and slightly sharper, almost fizzy quality to me. Yeah, there's like this slight bright fizzy citrus sitting on top of the regular Mon Guerlain, but then there's that very sweet caramel note in the base, which is why I really like this EDT, but I like it better in cold weather than I do in warm weather, because in warm weather I find it a little bit cloyingly sweet. And I like to, in my brain, the EDT versions of things are always better for summer, but not with this one. My summer perfumes from this range are the Bloom of Rose Eau de Toilette, and then the Sparkling Bouquet, which I love because I love pear. So, I mean, I just love this range so much. All right, so that's my Mon Guerlains for the week. Delicious. And then the big perfumes for me this week. Let's do these, because what I'd worked out is that when I'm cooking, I don't really want to smell something that's like super perfumey in the traditional sense. I wanted something more natural smelling, but also I didn't want something that was so gourmand that it was like sickly. And the things that I went for, oh my God, both so good. So I wore Love from Lush, and I wore What Would Love Do from Lush. I wore Love on my big cooking day, which was the day before, the 23rd, prepping for Christmas Eve stuff and some of Christmas Day. And then on Christmas Day, I wore What Would Love Do, both of which are just a little bit blinding. Let's try and get them. I just think that Lush have so many good, slightly Christmassy feeling perfumes. Obviously there's Yognog. I think Sticky Dates has a kind of sticky pudding feel about it, which is quite Christmassy. I also feel like there's something about Chelsea Morning that has a little bit of a Christmassy feel. Obviously yuzu and cocoa, which I didn't wear this year because I don't like the body spray version of that. I do have the perfume, but the body spray one gave me such a headache. It's actually in my declutter bin, so I'll have to get rid of that at some point. But I will keep the perfume, and next year I'll try that one again. But because I'm a bit disturbed by the last time I sprayed the body spray, I don't know why. That one smells kind of coconutty to me in a weird way. But anyway, I'm sure lots of other people like it. And that smells like a chocolate orange, basically, that perfume. The actual perfume does to me anyway. So anyway, Lush, they're natural enough that they didn't bother me. But they have like Christmassy elements, and I just loved wearing these, and they were not at all disturbing to me while I was doing an insane amount of cooking and then a decent amount of eating. So let's just start with the 23rd. So the day before Christmas Eve, I wore Love. Love is a delicious red apple cinnamon perfume with a load of citrusy tang and a bit of an aromatic from lemongrass. So it's lemongrass, cinnamon, red apple, Amalfi lemon, bergamot, jasmine, ylang and rose. Jasmine, ylang and rose are the Lush classic combo. There are so many perfumes that have those three florals in. This one, I mean, I feel like the jasmine and I mean, they're all pretty equal. There's a general floral scent, but it's mainly fruity, little bit spicy. It really smells to me like a spiced, it's like a spiced cooked apple with loads of lemon juice that keeps it a bit tart. And not like in a pie, like more like an applesauce. I loved wearing it. I love. I think it's such a gorgeous perfume. So that was that one. You can still buy this. It's one of the Black Label collection from the Perfume library, so they are more expensive. But I do think they have these little sets now where you can get like little tiny, they're almost like discovery sets. And one of them has Love, which I adore. And then I think that the other two perfumes in there are things that I also have and love, which is why I've never bought the small versions. But yeah, go and check out. I think they're about £30 and you get three tiny like little perfumes. And they're so good for testing things, because I really think Lush should have a proper discovery set. They're the closest you'll get to a discovery set. And then on Christmas Day, what would Love do? I wore this one recently and I couldn't wait to wear it again. This is, they just say tangerine, lavender and benzoin. This is really sweet though. I'm sure there's like tonka in here. It just smells like a citrusy gingerbread to me, this one. Oh, there's so much benzoin in it. It's a benzoin bomb. Lush benzoin always smells like gingerbread to me. Ginger biscuits without the biscuity feel. And as I said, I'd originally planned to wear my little decant of the Ginger Babe, which is a dupe from Aroma Concepts. Gosh, my brain, trying to remember these things. It's a dupe of Jo Malone's Ginger Biscuit. But the thing is, I don't feel like I need it, because it is, to me, like a not quite as nice version of this. This is just... I just wish they'd bring this back, even if it was for a limited edition. Hopefully they will. They've been doing that more. I really wish people could get the chance to smell this one. It's so beautiful. It's got lavender in it, but I don't find it really strong with the lavender. Like, maybe that's just because I'm so used to wearing lavender all the time that when it's like up against something as hardcore as benzoin and then the citruses that are in this. It's beautiful though. Really beautiful. Yeah, but I mean, people are trying to charge 83 quid for it on, like, for a 30ml on eBay, which is insane. I hope they just bring it back. But if they don't bring it back, I do think that Ginger Babe, it's not exactly the same, but I definitely think you could get like a bit of a feel for it, you know. Next up. Oh yeah, so on Christmas Eve, let's do Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, I went sweet minty, so I'd smell a little bit like a candy cane. So I had two perfumes that I'd kind of, I'll start with this one. I put this one on in the evening. This is Fresh Cream and Mint from Philosophy. This is their body spritz. I love this perfume. Another one that I keep trying to get for Grantica to add that they for some reason just won't. They haven't added any of these body spritzers, I don't think, but they do have them on Parfum though, thankfully. It basically just smells exactly how, if you know what fresh cream smells like, it's like a sheer version of fresh cream from Philosophy with a delicious mint note. It smells like a mint panna cotta or something. I love it. It's so good. Aromatic scent of fresh mint, almond blossom and soft buttercream. But I mean, it just, yeah, almond blossom, buttercream, fresh mint, but it just smells like fresh cream from Philosophy with a mint note, and it's awesome and I love it. And then I also wore, and I put this one in the morning. I feel like I should have done it the other way around. This is lighter. I should have started with this one and then got more intense. But this actually lasted like most of the day. I put it on in the morning. I started doing all my bits and pieces. Woo! So this is a decant though. So this is Demeter Candy Cane Truffle. This was decanted from a massive bottle. And yeah, I gave the rest of this away because it's actually very sweet. And for a cologne, it's quite strong. It lasted on my clothes for like, I don't know, 18 hours, I reckon. I could still smell it on my clothes in the morning that I'd been wearing that day. So Demeter Candy Cane Truffle. Sweet notes, chocolate and mint. That's all it says. It really does smell like a candy cane, but also a chocolate truffle. It's very, very sweet. It's really fun. It smells very Christmassy to me because of that chocolate mint combo. Almost like you could imagine it's like a mint chocolate ganache kind of smell. And this is like a creamy mint smell. Both smell quite gourmand. Really, really fun. That was Christmas Eve, and I'd done so much prep on the 23rd that I didn't actually have a huge amount of real work to do on Christmas Eve. I made homemade prawn toast. I made deviled eggs, and what did we have? Oh, Devils on Horseback, and I'd already made the bread sauce, so we had that for a little bit of dipping with the Devils on Horseback. So yeah, we had like a proper, very unhealthy, nibbly night. It was so good. You can make prawn toast in an air fryer, and I was so chuffed about that because I don't want to burn the house down by trying to deep fry things at Christmas. So anyway, sticking with the chocolate theme, I wore this yesterday, which was Friday, so that was the day after Boxing Day, and that was like, I mean, I was so tired after Christmas Day because of all the work, because of all the cooking, and I just basically put on some pajamas and wore them all day, and I wore this. I mean, I'm so glad I tried this again. I'm so glad that I like this kind of scent now and this kind of vanilla because it's so cozy. Choco Musk from Al Rahab, the spray, it's just so cozy. We were watching Stranger Things on the sofa and my husband complimented me on this and said I smelled really nice. He doesn't normally pay any attention to vanilla-y perfumes or like perfumes that are this sweet, but if it's like a slightly chocolatey one, he seems to like it. Because he's definitely also complimented me on my Al Loukoum chocolate musk oil, which is in the same kind of realm as this, but a little bit more caramelly to me and a little bit less spicy. But yeah, this is just so cozy. It's just perfect in the bedroom, cozy, watching TV, kind of just mulling around the house when you're a bit tired. Like, oh, cozy, cozy, cozy. Okay. Hypnotic Poison, that was what I wore. I can't remember which day I wore this, but it was another cozy day. I was in the mood. I think Hypnotic Poison, although it's kind of got a bit of a reputation for being all sexy, I think it's just super cozy, Hypnotic Poison. I think it's quite comforting, cozy, it's sweet, it's a little bit vanillic, and it's just got that root beery strange smell. It's kind of like an unusual vanilla, loads of almond. So this one has coconut, plum and apricot, mid-notes of Brazilian rosewood, jasmine, tuberose, caraway, rose, lily of the valley, base notes, vanilla, almond, sandalwood and musk. It's just that classic, spray it out, smells like root beer or dandelion and burdock or sarsaparilla or any of those kind of root-based sodas. So slightly medicinal, a little bit strange. It's what I didn't used to like about this perfume, but I got used to it because I really like the dry down when it's like this marzipan-y, almondy vanilla. Some people, I mean, I think there's quite a lot of that rosewood in here as well, to be fair, and a decent amount of sandalwood. But yeah, a lot of people say it smells like plasticine, but I don't really get plasticine from this. I get marzipan, and I like that, and I think marzipan is really Christmassy. So that felt really Christmassy, really, really nice. And then the last thing that I actually wore is Covert from Sarah Jessica Parker, but I put it into a proper spray bottle because I have this in a rollerball and I just never reach for rollerballs. I don't like wearing rollerballs. So I pulled the top, which actually, if you ever want to get the top off one of these, you have to be really careful. But where the rollerball normally is, if you hold this, if you get a pair of scissors and just get it really gently, like right near the top of the glass, if you push it together, it will pull and pop the lid off. But be really careful doing that, because I do have a little tool that's supposed to get these off, but it doesn't work on all bottles. Some of them, it's too thick, it can't get underneath the plastic. But yeah, the scissors trick worked perfectly with this one. So Covert from Sarah Jessica Parker. I was just thinking about it. I was in the mood. And I decanted it and was like, yes, this is the one for today. I was in the mood for this very strange perfume, which is Sicilian lemon, lavender, dark chocolate, pelargonium leaf, middle notes of lily of the valley, honeysuckle and magnolia, base notes musk, cashmere wood, teakwood, vetiver and amber. From this I definitely get lemon, I definitely get lavender, I definitely smell that dark chocolate, and it is very sweet. I get honeysuckle and I get teakwood. Those are the things that I mainly get from this. A little bit of vetiver, but I find that the wood is a little bit stronger. The florals are voted a little bit higher up, like the pelargonium leaf and the lily of the valley are voted higher than the honeysuckle, but I get quite a lot of honeysuckle from this. I'm just sniffing the empty thing now because maybe it's just generally floral. There's just a kind of general white floral, but I think because of that sweetness, it's giving me honeysuckle. I'm getting honeysuckle. And I know SJP loves a bit of honeysuckle in her perfume. She's got quite a few that have that note. But yeah, definitely lavender, definitely loads of lemon. Very sweet and very dark chocolate. Dark, bitter, sugary chocolate. It's a very strange mixture, but I did wear it all day. And I remember why I didn't keep the big bottle, because I really enjoy this, but because it's so sweet, by the end of the day, I'm kind of done with it. Like, I don't need to respray this one. I find it quite strong. And I really love it when I first put it on, and I really enjoy it throughout the day. But then by the time it gets to the evening, I'm like, oh, I'm done with this one. I'm finished with it. And it is because it's so sweet. Even though it has that tangy lemon, it's just very, very sweet. That chocolate note is very sweet, but it's also very beautiful. Yeah, it's such a weird perfume. And it has, like, I mean, you would have seen it before, I'm sure, but the original bottle, I've had 100ml of this, and then I got a 30ml, and I was like, I'm not wearing it enough, I'm just going to keep my rollerball. But it's a beautiful bottle. Sadly discontinued, but I bet you can still find it for places, because it was, like, so cheap for a while. Yeah, but I think it's beautiful. But yeah, I'm perfect. This is a perfect size for me, because I wear it every, like, couple of years. So this 10ml or like 9ml or whatever's left of what I've got here is just perfect for me. It's wonderful. So that is everything I have worn this week, my loves. And let's see. I'm wearing something delicious today. I think this week coming up, I'm going to go in on just wearing some of my absolute favourites. Because I was like in a kind of Christmassy specific mode, and so many of these, I mean, Mon Guerlain, the kind of warm, cozy, spicy feel of it works really well for Christmas as well. All of these felt quite Christmassy to me. This week, I'm just going to wear stuff that I'm just loving. So yeah, I hope that you had a nice Christmas. I hope you're enjoying all my weird little videos that I'm putting up. I say weird, they're not weird, they're just short. I don't normally do short videos, and I did put one up that was about lip balms and stuff, which I'm sure some of you guys aren't really interested in that, but there's only one that wasn't perfume based. I've got a few more little videos of samples, and then coming up on Wednesday I've got my favourite perfume purchases of, or my favourite perfumes that are new to my collection in 2025. So that's raring to go. I apologise in advance because I was using a different microphone and it was being really weird, and the sound isn't amazing. It kind of goes a little bit louder and quieter occasionally, but hopefully it won't bother you too much. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me this year. The next time I do what I wore last week, it will be 2026, I think. Yeah. So thanks again. You've been wonderful this year. You've really helped me grow my channel. It's lovely to talk to you. Let me know what you ended up wearing on Christmas Day. If there's any other cool stuff you want to tell me about, definitely. If it's food related, I'm happy to hear it. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to actually stop now because this is going to go on for a while otherwise. But I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. I'll see you next week. Have a lovely new year. You're wonderful. Bye, guys.